Acceptance. Why do we feel the need to be accepted by certain people or certain groups in order to fulfill our own destiny? When I was thinking about the idea of acceptance, Psyche, in the story of Psyche and Eros, first came to mind. Psyche had to go through numerous tasks in order to get her husband back and be accepted by Venus, many of the tasks being life-threatening. She knew in her heart that she needed to be with her husband, but was it worth possibly sacrificing her own life just to be accepted by his mother? How far will the need to be accepted push us in order to reach where we want to be? The idea of acceptance also brought me to think about one of my favorite stories and Disney movies, The Little Mermaid. Originally a story by Hans Christian Andersen, The Little Mermaid wanted to be accepted by the prince so badly and be a part of his world that she traded her voice for legs in order to be able to meet him on land. The need to be accepted drove her to do something that made her give up something that was very important to her. She meets a very different destiny in the original story than in the Disney version, but the focus here is on whether or not the lengths she was willing to go to be accepted was worth it. And then I began to think about how being accepted has influenced my own life. My entire future has been riding on being accepted ever since high school. I relied on being accepted into colleges and ended up here at Maryland. I am relying on being accepted into the School of Education to pursue my dream of being an art teacher, and I'm sure that I will rely on being accepted for a teaching position in the future as well. Knowing that the future holds many uncertainties, I decided to look at Victor D'Amico as a guide in my own life. Victor died in the 80s, but looking at his life and all that he accomplished for child art education shows me how hard work and self-confidence can really lead to amazing things. Victor believed that child art education should be based on the raw act of making art and not on forcing students to learn techniques. Throughout his career, he brought those ideas to life through workshops, art classes, and a young people's gallery at the Museum of Modern Art, where he worked for years. Though the fear of rejection can be scary, I have to remind myself that I will never reach my goals in life if I don't put myself out there in the first place. Accepting myself and my ideas is the first step in reaching those goals. A lot of things in the path of destiny rely on choices that you make, but a lot of it also relies on the choices that others make about you. Being accepted, or rejected, can show you which paths are available, but are we willing to let the chance of being accepted dictate what path we ultimately end up taking?